We're on Corellia today, guys, in the even 90, and I've been playing the even 90 a ton. I'm trying to get all of the points from the battle pass, which is 400 in tier 8s, and it's just the tank, I'm trying to build up points with right now. So it's the one I'm playing. I've maxed out a few others, and here we are, we're on Corellia, and I'm going to try and get into this bush, and I'm actually able to make it here. And this area is pretty good, however, I would only suggest you come here in the even 90 or a tank that's small that has like at least 50% concealment or very, very close to it, right? So I was able to get into this bush. We spot the SU-101 here, maybe, or it might have been the tank destroyers. But what you can do from here is kind of keep an eye on anyone that's going to push the north side of this map, right? If these two heavies over here, the IS-3 and the 703, come through this gap, we will light them. And really anybody that tries to poke in this area, you will light them as well. This particular game wasn't the best example of what this bush can do because we just didn't really have much to scout here. Like we sent nobody to the north, but we actually didn't even lose the north anyway. So we lost the hill, we kind of lost the north. Like our team was just not in good areas. That's all I can really say, guys. Like it's kind of hard for me to even describe what's going on here. Because we did end up winning this game, but from the get-go, you would think that we would lose this just because of the way our deployment was, right? But IS-3 is poking here, and again, this bush is perfect because we can keep an eye on this guy, and LHMTV ends up down here. He's safe to make this play because they have the hill. Our even 90's in the mid. Basically, my even 90 and their even 90 were just they were staring right at each other at the same rock, and another reason why I don't go out to the mid on Corellia, guys, because it's just so risky. But as it turned out, our even 90 had the better spot because you can tuck into this rock a little bit here. I've done it before in the even. But we're spotting the 703, and we had the IS-3 lit over here, and what this is doing is it's preventing these guys from wanting to come over to like A1 area, right? So now we have these guys almost held back here in a way so we don't lose the north side of this map. And that's what this bush is good at doing because 703 realizes that he gets spotted like right here. And he's like, well, I can't really, what am I going to do, right? So he just stays by this rock the whole time. IS-3 pokes right here. He's spotted immediately by me, and he doesn't want to push up. The SU-101 is the only kind of question mark right now. I'm not sure where this guy is. I think he might come down the one line later on. But this bush, man, like it's just, it can work, but sometimes it doesn't. It's really the case with most places, right? Like sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And I know you guys always have your opinions. You comment saying, I've tried this bush, it doesn't work for me. I remember showing the bush on Malinovka, and there was a couple comments saying like, this is an awful play. Like I have never gotten anything from here. Like I just think it's too risky, and that's fine. If you guys have that opinion, or if it hasn't worked for you, then don't use the bush. I've had a lot of luck here in this game. I'm getting next to nothing. In fact, we've gotten 195 spotting from the start of the game. So I want to really emphasize to you guys that you could go to the same bush. You can say you play 10 games on the same map and go to the exact same bush from the exact same spawn with the exact same tank. 7 or 8 of those games, you might get nothing. You might get like 200 spotting, and then 2 or 3 of the games, you might get like 3,000, right? Like it's not super consistent. So I would highly encourage you guys to continue trying a play 20, 30 times before you make an accurate assessment about that position. Because again, every game is different, though from the start of the battle, most people will do similar things. It's not always the case. IS-3 over here, for instance, is running right through the middle of the map to go after the even 90. Like, when have you guys seen a heavy go out to the middle of this map and be spotted out here and be completely fine? Like, like there's, you never know what's going to happen, guys, in the game, is my point, right? So because of this unpredictability, you will find that some areas work really well sometimes and some areas don't. And there are times where I'll go to the same bush 5 or 6 times in a row when I get on that map. So over hundreds of battles, I'll make the same play 5 or 6 times in a row, and maybe only like one time it works really, really well. So I hope that makes sense. I hope it's not me just babbling on, and you know, you guys already know this, but for some people that maybe make certain plays and it doesn't work, understand that, guys. Understand that you could make the same play like hundreds of times, and maybe only like 10 or 15 times out of those hundreds of times it works super, super well. Or it could be the opposite, right? Maybe 20 times out of 100 it doesn't work really, really well. The other 80 times out of 100 it works really, really well. So you just have to like adjust to the team and adjust to what the enemies are doing. And if you're not getting anything from that area, try a different area. But I felt that I was still doing something by sitting there. I'm kind of preventing these guys from doing much, right? 703 ends up kind of in the mid now. IS3 moved, so I'm like, I might as well just come to the mid here and see if maybe I can get a spot on the LHMTV as he pushes in. My goal is to try and catch the LHMTV coming into this area, right? That's my goal by sitting here. Normally, I do not come back this far. I don't think it's worth it, but they still have a Panther on the hill, so I'm trying to be cautious about how I approach this. If I come running through like this and the LHMTV spots me, these guys are going to have shots into me too. So I'm trying to conserve my HP. You only get 900 hit points in the even 90 per game. You need to conserve them because once you lose them, you will not get them back, right? So eventually I'm going to move in. Once the Panther goes down, we now have the hill, so I'm going to be kind of cautious in how I approach this. There's the LHMTV. He ends up over there, so I'm going to spin and not go up too far because I don't want to get hit by anybody. Making sure that Artie doesn't target me either. Somebody tried to shoot HE at me, and we're just sitting right by this rock. It keeps like glitching, and we're like glitching from the rock. I'm trying to take a shot into the LHMTV. I take two, I take the third there. Luckily, he gets spotted for the third because I would have missed the third blind shot. And now that the LHMTV is dead, we weren't even spotted taking those shots, I can move in, and now we have the advantage here. I know the 703-2 is here. I know we have people on the hill right here, so I'm just going to come to this rock where I know I'm safe. I can keep him permalit, and if he's really, really, really cautious with it, he might not get hit here, but he's not, and he ends up finally going down to the T26E4 and the IS6. You will see that here. And this is all just about being smart, guys. I'm being smart with my HP. You can see Artie tries to target me here, and I'm like, get out, dude. Like, just get out of here, man. Like, you're not going to hit me. Like, I'm literally, like, underneath a rock, dude. You know? Like, I've seen some wild Artie shots before, but this dude can FO, right? Like, I'm so tired of freaking Artie trying to hit me, like, in these little pockets, man. Like, freaking pick on someone else, dude. So, we're going to move up now. We have just the T28 prototype to kind of spot and figure out where he is. The Emil ends up getting lit over here, so I kind of know where he is. And now it's just about, you know, assessing the map and understanding where I need to go to, you know, make the right play, right? Make the right move. T28 prototype actually appears out here, which is good. We're gonna get, I think we get all three of these into his tank. We hit the track once, maybe. And then we hit him again. And now what I'm going to do is just circle around, make sure I'm not spotted, which I know I'm not. It's just kind of something to do while I'm reloading, right? And then I tell these guys over here, I tell the IS6 and the E4, just wait. Like, wait for me. Let me clean up the T28 prototype first. I'm going to wait for the dispersion of this gun to not be such a bloom, right? Like, the gun on this tank is so bad, guys. So I'm going to tell them to wait. Like, let me clean up the T28 prototype first, and now we're going to go after the Emil. He is trying to retreat while I go after him here. So I'm just going to hold. I'm going to hold right here by this rock. The only annoying thing is the Lorraine might target me, so I'm trying to get like as close to this rock as I can and, you know, give me some kind of cover here. He misses, thank God. I'm going to hit him once. I'll take one shot from the Emil on full HP. I'm going to try and track him here. And then I hit him one more time right here, and then pull back. And now this guy's in trouble, right? Eventually, my teammates are going to push in. We'll clean this guy up. G-Sor comes in from behind. And STRV, I think, cleaned up the Artie as well. And there you go, guys. That's the game. So, stay alive. That's what I can tell you guys to do. Like, I personally think that I made a difference in this game. Like, I can't say that with every game, but I think towards the end of this game, we could have been a deciding factor for this particular win, right? Because I stayed alive. We ended up doing like over 2,000 damage, I think, once everything was counted, and we did 2K spotting. But the angles we were able to get behind the T28, like how many shots that I have into the T28. We did 860 damage into this guy, right? And then to spot the Emil as he's coming up and keep him lit so that everyone knows where he is, right? So there's no concern about anyone getting hit on their way in. They can see him on the map. Sometimes your scoreboard, I'll call it, will not take into account what you did for the team, right? Like there are some plays that you have to make where you'll YOLO in, spot a few people at the end of the game, and that will allow people to move in safely. But really on your scoreboard, it doesn't show that you did anything, but maybe it was a vital play, right? And so I think maybe you're seeing a little bit of that in this game as well. Like I think we really made a difference in this game, and I love having games where I can make the difference. So that's Corellia, guys. That's how to play it carefully from the southwestern spawn. You saw my even 90 go out into the field here. I think he had a decent game, but it's just so risky. If you get lit out there, man, like you're going to get in trouble. And then he got YOLO'd by the IS-3, and I'd rather just play it safe, guys. I'm very careful. I'm very passive. I conserved my HP until the very end. Then we were able to take shots from the Emil. It didn't matter at that point. And when you have a lot of HP at the end of the battle, that will also help you out because it means you can YOLO in, take a shot or two while you're spotting the rest of the team for your team, right? So just conserve your HP, take your time, be patient. Don't let your team push you into things you're uncomfortable doing, right? Unless you really have to do them. So that's all. Let's get a look at the emplates, guys. I'll let you guys go. 2,099 spotting, 2118 damage, second class game. We are second by experience here. G-Sor had a really, really good game, and this guy actually reached out to me after the game and said, really good job, dude. So shout out to him, Diablo Triple W, if you know this guy. He seems like a really nice guy, and he played very, very well. Our Iron Arnie also did well. We had a couple, good players on this team, man. But I felt like this was a fairly close game, which is rare in World of Tanks, right? And I just love these games that I can show you guys where I feel like I actually make a difference, and it's very informative, right? So that's all. We made 128K out of this and banked 16.5K in the reserve. I had a premium day here. I actually bought one premium day, guys, I will admit. But I have gold now. I get the gold reserve from the Watt Plus. So I bought one day of premium with the gold I have. And the other day of premium was from the Battle Pass. And then we're running our own personal credit reserves. And the clan had the reserves on as well. 128K, guys. Just from, what was this, 4K combined? So imagine like doing 10K on proc. It's ridiculous, man, how much coin you get. And plus you get the stock reserve. So yeah, you bank a crap ton, man, playing this vehicle. And because the repair costs are really low as well. And yeah, it's just the way the even 90 is. So that's all, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Hope it helps you out. If it does, feel free to subscribe to see more of my content. You can hit the notification bell, but I pretty much post at the same time every single day. See you guys for the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.